Alright, welcome back to our weekend D&D campaign on the Family Banter stream. Banter's Adventure. Working title. Still working on it, haven't quite decided. So, as our adventurers gather forth, have set forth on their ventures, their quests to better themselves or better the world or destroy it however petty as they want to. But where we left off last week, the party members all coincided upon the city of Arrenwald and the Remembrance Day, for remembrance of the heroes that fell when the battle between the gods and the mortal races ended in the city of Arrenwald. 1150. 1112, sorry. 1112 years
Nope,
ago.
1115, you're right.
Was that right? 1115?
1115, you're correct.
Second guessing myself.
It's only one of my 5 notes that I've
As the
taken so
party
far.
converged, the festival the bringing in a ton of people into the city. They're having to escape inns and taverns, go and check, be able to set down their belongings. A little population kind of control. Our adventurers all met a little tavern. At I think it was Wellwater Good. Or no, at Gorman's Dives and Ales. Sorry, got my words here. And having the bard play on the showing up the crappy musician once there with his sister companion, of course, having a conversation with the bartendress as the rest of the party converged, in Dragonborn and the Rogue, all gathered in the bar. The large bells rang, signing the signs that the festival had begun. As they all made their way to the remembrance grounds, where they listened to a small dissertation from the prince himself, bore back upon the heroes of old and what this day meant to everybody. And then something strange began. Graves, sites of where the heroes were remembered begin to glow and emanate, filling the area with some kind of spiritual arcane magic that all coalesced upon their adventure, marking them as chosen. The prince approached the archmage, who was actually standing behind, asked them to join Archmage private so they can get away from the crowd, so that they don't have to cause a disturbance of peace. And that is where we tonight's session. So our party members gathered in this whole sanctum. But we're going to step back from the party. Thus, for you, springtime, out, early spring, the winter frost has just ended its hold on the land. Trees, the flowers, and wildlife begins to bloom. The hibernating forth to begin their feeding to punish the winter. We're walking through an ancient forest. Your home. Been here for years. It's peaceful, relaxing, and go about your normal days, surveying the, making sure that your full portion of the forest that you were set to guard upon since the day of birth, day of creation, shall we say, begin to wander. And you've seen humans in your forest before, generally they're usually pretty spooked. This forest can be a little the way these ancient trees grow, they're twisted and dark. They're like pine, but their branches branch off like willow. Um, very moss grown over, but that's you get to work toward the south end. Notice that some of the lost their camp. As you begin walking to the other end of your furthest south of the forest, the ancient forest itself, you begin to notice that one of the trees on the outskirts has... Oh, it's my fault. So as you notice, one of the trees have actually been milled, have been sawed down by human tools. And that's the first time that's ever happened in the years that you have been wandering the forest. It's only one solitary tree. But it upsets you immediately. It feels like a violation of just even yourself. You begin to look around for traces of when this happened, who did it. Find no sign. And it frustrates you. You spend the next month or so really trying to get down to the bottom of this. You try to revive the newly felled tree on several occasions, but your natural magic just is not quite strong enough, as you're still relatively new in you know sapling state for simpler term. So as you huh? I know, it's because Andy's I'm not fixing it. She comes back in a little. You begin to sit and ponder on one of the smaller trees. You enter into a trance, trying to draw upon nature itself to ascertain the questions. But it almost you're also trying to quench this, almost like it feels like your embered heart is on fire. As you begin to sit and ponder and try to calm down, you enter a meditative state. You wake up. Some time has passed. You are unsure. You're not where you once were. Except for you're now in a small room, large books that lined the entirety of one of the walls. Candle lights fill the room. You see other figures in the room. You see a large double door behind you. You're still leaned up against the tree. As you kind of pull back, the rest of the party, you all hear cracking of wood as you guys are all sitting, waiting for the Archmage to exit his private room. He said he needed time for just a moment to commune with the other two Archmages to get some answers. But the rest of the party, you guys hear the cracking of wood as if this large, tree stump in the corner of the room begins to move. Damon, you see it.
Yeah.
You see a mixture of a hodgepodge of creatures. You see a white lizard man standing bipedal. You see a human dressed in shabby-like clothing. You see two beautiful red-headed half-elves sitting there on the couch, communing privately and whisper to each other. You see another awkward individual sitting on the far corner from you. Very naturalistic in nature, but there's something different about him. Like he's familiar to you, but at the same time
I'm very clean.
but he has plant life, kind of growing off of his clothes. So as you finally break free from the tree itself, the party all looks upon you. And what would you guys like to do?
Kind of backup for me.
Do
That's
I
good.
get directions, by the way?
Oh, that's real quick. Can you describe your character for everybody, just so they can know what they're looking at?
Oh, sure. Well, I'm basically I'm a humanoid that has like tree filaments, as in like my skin and stuff. My muscles would be like strong, flexible lines that work like tendons that just help me move around. I have light moss as hair that drops to like my upper back, basically my hair. And I'm not really, I'm always sort of like in a straight posture. I'm not really like I don't reach down or anything.
So this is your giant hoodie.
Well,
So he's got green plants like that. But
yeah, and I'm 6'3", so I'm relatively tall. As far as, yeah.
God,
He's a
it's
monster.
really smaller than him.
another monster. I'm gonna roll a nature check. He is.
Nope.
I have no clue.
That is a walking, or it's beginning to move tree.
Well, that's got my interest. Really, that's for my walk over.
So, when you see this demon-like creature begin to approach you.
Oh,
But his clothes are all natural.
Damon, you basically not. Yeah, I'm a small light green skin teeth. I got silver hair that's breaking down long down my back, faint eyes. I'm light in stature. I'm wearing gray padded armor studded with bits of bark, with a handmade wicker pouch at my side. I'm wielding a polished oak staff, and a cold, dark, mysterious aura surrounds my presence. I
You
approach,
have polished wood.
and I just like look, and I'm just like, what are you? Do you speak? Do you see me? Hello? Are you there?
Can I roll for a nature check to see if he's like evil or whatnot?
Sure. So as you gaze upon him, and your instinct is always to look towards nature. And as you look upon this individual, you feel something familiar, but twisted a little bit. It almost as if it's like that one rotting tree in the back corner of the forest, a little bit.
But still a tree.
But still a tree, and very much alive.
Alright, so I very slowly and calmly greet him. He was talking to me in Druid, I'm assuming?
No, I was speaking in very broken common.
Alright, I understand common, so I just read you back in Druid though, not in common.
Well, okay, I understand, Druid.
Sylvan. But yeah. Druids don't have.
I have silver.
Oh,
Yeah, Druids have a written language, but they don't have a spoken language. So their spoken language is actually Sylvan.
So you speak back to me in Sylvan.
and I tell you, are you friend or foe?
When he speaks to me in Druidic or in Sylvan,
So the rest of you guys all hear the tree kind of begin to speak. and it's like crackling of wood filling his voice as he speaks.
English motherfucker, do you speak it?
Friend. Can I touch you? And I reach out to touch him.
You allow it?
Yeah, I just kind of stare at him.
I feel along the side of his neck, on his shoulders. I mean, I'm assuming he's humanoid, right?
Yep.
But does he have branches sticking out of him? I don't see any branches sticking. So, I mean, I like feel on his shoulder, and I really check the texture of his skin.
Wow,
It's-
I've only known him for a couple of minutes now, and you're already filling him up. Damn.
It's kind of like a mixture between oak and birch. So it's got that oak toughness to it, but the smoothest of the birch.
Do I know of a history of anything like this? Druid terms?
Your owl at one point may have mentioned something about there were ancient tree folk, but you've only been recently acquainted with Joseph for maybe over the last like year or so. So he's been teaching you different things, but slowly. They're not the most patient individual.
Or
You're
socially
talking about.
accepted.
So
What do you say? Anything you say, Damon? I mean, this is roleplay
yeah,
time.
I mean, I'm staring. I feel you up. I mean, his skin is what? You were about to tell me what his skin is like?
So I'm gonna think he knows the rest of the people here. So I'm gonna ask him if they. I ask him if are these people your friends as well, or I say are these people our friends?
I turn and I look back towards everybody. No, I don't really know any of these people.
Me.
Alright, then I just sort of stick next to him, like I stand here, and I look into the room,
I go,
see what's going on in there.
So as you peer into the room, everybody's basically staring at you. But so what is everybody else doing?
I kind of live in the corner of the room on the opposite side.
I'm just standing where I am.
Unknown entity.
I'm just sitting there
Backing away.
looking bored.
I'm gonna stay with Zero.
So as you notice that the human begins to kind of back away and from you two, kind of like skittish, like a scared cat backing into a corner.
I circle him and check him out head to toe. Look at him really. I mean, I'm fascinated by this moving, living, breathing.
Could I do an investigation check to see if there's anything else in the room that we can't
Sure.
see?
What kind of thing what are you looking for?
If it's anyone just around that we can't see, maybe hiding.
All books, isn't it? Books.
Yeah, the bookcases are 8 shelves high, and it's just full. As you're taking a look around, you don't see anybody that's invisible or anything like that. Like you don't see any kind of weird movements of the candle lights. You're a little put off by this talking tree and this talking demon-like human speaking this weird, slow, like kind of musical voice. In the books, as you're kind of glancing over the books just kind of quickly, they're in a hodgepodge of different languages. Some of the titles are in common, but a lot of them were written in Arcanic or Elven or other different kinds of languages that you don't understand. But nothing really seems to stand out to you. It all seems very encyclopedic. Not very poetic.
I kind of want to do an investigation to see if anyone's spying on us.
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Perception. Which one is that again? That's
Your skills.
I'm looking at it.
EER. There you go. So as you're kind of looking around the room in your natural nervous like state, these two weird creatures are talking quietly amongst each other. But as you kind of lean up against the wall a little bit, you know how you can hear when people are like kind of screaming in the other room, but it's very very muffled and hearing like, into the walls. That's what you kind of hear. You hear this.
Can I understand them?
It's like
South Park teacher.
yeah.
Can I make a insight roll to see what this weird tree like creatures like what his intentions are?
Okay. I mean, he's hard to read. He looks probably more confused. I mean, that's on you, Demon. I mean, what is your character kind of feeling like right now?
Well, I was gonna ask Root why are we here. That was gonna be my next interaction with him. So confused would be right on point.
So I look at him. Does he have any weapons?
Do you have any weapons?
Well, it's a staff. The really, it's small, but
Walking stick.
basically sort of with a little small emerald at the end.
So you see him. At first, he doesn't really have anything on his possession, but he reaches over to the tree, and you hear him shimmy with something. It almost looks like he's pulling a branch off the tree, but then you notice that it was where he was grown in right there. His staff was also there.
There's a tree there.
There was a tree there.
No, he stepped out of the tree.
He stepped out of the tree. Yeah, you can see where it looks like the tree kind of grew around him a little bit. Not like, I mean, it was like embedded in. He was like kind of embedded into it a little bit.
I investigate the tree. What is planted?
It's not. It's just like it looks like that this. It looks like the base of a tree that was at the bottom of it. It looks like it was felled by like a saw or something.
Got saw marks in it.
It's just very very flat and smooth. So it
Is
looks
the
like
tree
it's been
alive or
told.
dead?
Go ahead and make a nature roll. As far as you can tell, it looks and feels pretty dead.
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 Does it have leaves?
It has a little bit of dried moss, but no leaves.
Stepped out of this.
Happy birthday.
It wasn't that you were born there, Demon. It's just that when you went in your meditative state, leaning up against the tree, it kind of just an unsurmountable amount of time passed, and the tree kind of grew around you a little bit.
Yep. Wait, so did he answer? I asked him in Spell and Sylvan. I asked him, why are we here?
I really don't know. I answered this with that guy, and I point at Big Dragonborn because he was the biggest one around. And then because of this festival Remembrance Day thing I've gone, I met all these people we were assigned to this one particular bar. And then we decided as a group to go to this Remembrance Day thing that the prince was doing.
Weren't we kind of forced?
Just to check it out.
They weren't really forced, but highly.
No, I forced you. You go.
Yeah, no one's gonna fuck with the Dragonborn.
The dragon will fuck with everyone else.
Yeah, it'll fuck it through like a football.
Well.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh,
You with them.
My character is getting impatient. Stuff away from the room. I'm guessing that's cool.
Is there anything in the room worthwhile stealing?
It's depending on how your character feels. I mean, does your character think that knowledge is valuable? Because there's nothing shiny, nothing really of like gold make or like anything that you can quickly pawn or fence. But
Depends on the knowledge.
you can begin to start skimming the books if you would like. You're looking for stuff like that.
Can I do a check to see if there's any like magical entities in the room?
Go ahead and make an Arcana roll.
Alrighty.
Roll magic.
Magic, what the fuck is that?
I think I just got another one.
As you kind of, reach out with your magic, kind of just sensing the area. I mean, you feel the sense of your fellow companions. There's nothing really magical on the books. There's a couple little feelings that there might be some kind of archaic, like maybe scrolls or like in books or something, but not knowing it, like detect magic, you don't know like the exact location. But there is definitely a, his power level over 9,000 is on the other side of the door. You feel a very strong, archaic like magic from over there.
Coming from the side of this big double door up
Uh
here?
huh.
Is it coming from the direction that Freddy heard the yelling
Yeah.
through the wall? Okay. Alright.
That's where the Archmage went, right?
That's where the Archmage went.
Well, so
Yeah.
that's why that's that way.
That's the Archmage. That makes sense.
Yeah, and he's arguing with another.
Door's closed, yeah? So I'm gonna knock on it.
Oh, I was about to say, can I try to like...
Well, when he walks over and knocks on the door, I move away from him. I move away from him, but I'm still watching the priest to see past him.
As you walk over at the quick knock on the door, you hear, "I've got to deal with these guys. I've been keeping them long enough. They're growing restless." You hear words spoken in what languages do you speak?
Infernal, Celestial, Common.
You hear words spoken back, but you don't quite understand. Suddenly, as you finish knocking on the door, you're just like, "Come on, man!" Like, no, you're waiting for like your little sister to come out of the bathroom or something. We all know that feeling, little sibling in the bathroom bullshit. But
I don't.
the door opens up, and there you see the Archmage, who hasn't formally introduced himself yet, in his bright like purple robes. As you attempt to step to enter, he doesn't open the door all the way. So he doesn't allow you through, and he kind of steps into the room. Here. So.
Why the fuck we here?
All right. I do apologize for the wait and for bringing you here. I had to communicate with my fellow archmages. Please have a seat. You all need something to drink, anything to eat.
I want ale. I want food.
Answers.
As
I want it.
as soon as you thought the word ale, suddenly there's a cup in your hand, filled with liquid.
I'm gonna skull it right there. All of it.
Did I see that happen?
Yep.
I asked for a whole year.
Answers.
So I'm going to now pay full attention to if I can watch. How good?
Okay, go ahead and make a perception roll.
Good for some.
You, as Alden, as you say, as soon as you say ale, you feel a large tankard fill your hand, and it's cold. Speak it.
Yeah.
Anything that you would drink, wine, ale, food. It's the least I can do.
Purified water, temperature
Have the prince?
32 degrees.
So, yeah.
Instantly in your hand, and it's
Yeah.
made out of wood.
Now I watched his hands as he did that. Is he that time? Trying to pay attention. I had specific.
He's not really hiding it though. But as you begin to think, you see his hands kind of do a flicking motion.
No magic. I don't
No.
know what I'm looking. Nothing sparks, huh? And that glass. Okay.
And for the prince,
Can I have the prince? Please?
that's beyond my reach. I have made a promise that I will never charm him again. I wouldn't recommend doing that. He doesn't tend to like that much, but kind of looks you up and down. Speak with him though, maybe. Might stir his type a little bit.
A little bit. I'm everyone's type.
God.
Well,
Let the
please,
Vagabonds completely blow you off already?
please have a seat. Let me
Hey, maybe you like her. Nobody knows.
introduce.
Everything amongst celibacy, sense, right?
Yeah. That's
True.
Let me introduce myself. Please sit. Make yourselves comfortable.
Why are we here and what do you want?
First,
And what is your name?
that's where we're going next. So, I am Archmagus Isaiah McCrae. I have been the only Archmage of Aaronwald, one of the 3 of the Ancient Mage Order. And I am guardians of the heroes lost. And they have spoken out and have chosen you. I know that seems a little bit...
Chosen us for what? I speak up from all the way across the room. Mark one of them.
That's the thing. There are things even beyond my scope and understanding. But I have a feeling it has something to do with the recent gods that have come through the material or the divine gate. Sorry. We're not sure what or how they would come through. But this isn't the first time the heroes have chosen.
So you're saying the gods are here?
We're not. The only god that we know that is definitely on this plane is one of the dwarven gods.
Look around the room. Was there any dwarves in the room?
Humans kind sure, but no, he's not a dwarf.
Okay.
I'm not that small, damn it.
So
Just
I
a mistaken
was
form.
Okay.
So dwarven god entering our plane of existence,
We're not supposed to be able to do that.
and that's our business. Why? Not a god.
I am aware, but the heroes that locked the divine gate before see something in you that, I mean this in no offense. I don't see it.
What do you
How
mean,
is
see
this to not be
something?
offensive?
You're
Just
talking
wondering.
about the dead fallen heroes, correct?
Yes, the ones that sacrificed themselves so all of us living would remain living. As the betrayer gods were laying waste to most of the land and brought the great calamity from the sky.
They fired me.
I remember Joseph saying something about that.
And you
But-
think we're going to sacrifice ourselves for people we don't even know?
Well, I would
Whoa,
hope.
whoa! Sacrifice? What the hell are you talking about?
I don't fully understand it myself. And I hope that is not the case. And it would not be in my place to ask you to do so. But I think it is respect of the dead to at least watch and see what you guys are capable.
So,
I approached you ago. What were you arguing about, Southern?
Well, can I be frank with you all?
No, just kidding.
Absolutely not.
Well, that was my sister then. She's a royal bitch. But no, no.
Yikes!
5 years ago, the Stones of the Heroes chose another group.
5 years ago? How often has this happened?
This is the second time it has happened. It has chosen individuals before, not groups. This is only the second time it's ever chosen group.
Well, have the first group
So
die.
what happened to the group 5 years ago?
Well, that's what I was discussing with the other archmages.
They contracted AIDS and died.
We trusted the heroes and put all of our resources behind the chosen before and sent them forth to grow and get stronger. But I think we pushed them too hard. And unfortunately, if the heroes saw something in them, they were wrong because they didn't last for very long.
What was their purpose?
We had charged them with finding out why we're assuming it's multiple gods have come through the divine gate again. What purpose do they have?
And
But I'm not going to charge you with all that. I think that is unfair of me to ask, and we will handle that situation.
quite frankly, if the gods choose here, they have no more heroes.
Did you say God? I don't believe in God.
Foolish half-elf. How could you not believe in gods? Seen the
What have
temples.
gods done for me?
Well, I respect your beliefs, half-elf. But the gods are very much real.
I agree with the halfling. Gods don't exist.
Half elf.
Well,
Not a halfling.
maybe,
What's his figure towards you because
maybe that is why you were chosen. I don't know. Curious. Last ones were all pretty divine, so
I
religious.
would like to think I'm quite divine.
He kind of looks at you.
I put my head in shame.
He kind of looks at you, Lyra, and then, like, there for a second, you see that his cheeks kind of go a little rosy.
Well, someone's got an ego on them.
yes, I do.
So,
For good reason.
Well, she's attracted to the sheer immense power that's standing there before her. Like, let me tap into that. Yeah.
listen.
Oh yeah.
I would like to hire you all as a group. Ignore the hero business. Ignore the... You know, remember that you were chosen, but I think it would be best this time to, and I don't care what the other archmages say, let you all do your thing.
Well, what do they want from us?
They want to gear you up, dress you up, and march you to the Divine Gate right now.
No,
That
I
sounds-
refuse.
Suck on
I agree with all you. That does not seem the most
Thank you.
intelligible
Didn't
thing.
matter from me. Mm-mm.
And I told him, piss off on it, if for common words.
Thank you for lowering your standards.
Okay, so with that said, I guess we're out of here. Can you show me the nearest exit?
Listen.
Hold on, guys.
I think that
How
you,
much are you willing to pay for our services?
I think the fate has brought you all together for a reason. I have a simple task. And I'd be willing to pay you a fine sum. 20 gold apiece.
50 gold apiece.
40. 40 is the lowest we go.
Make a persuasion roll.
Me?
Yep.
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a... Let me do this shit.
Yeah.
Can I make a
I
persuasion roll?
I have +7 on my persuasion, guys. Let me fucking do it. All right. 20 charisma here, guys.
Fail.
Ah, fuck. Jesus.
So I,
Yeah,
Fucking
shit.
why?
as you begin to, as your brother originally said 50, and you kind of chime in at 40, you kind of feel like you overstepped in that moment. You're just like, oh shit, I hope I didn't make him mad. He's got a temper on him. Shit, and it kind of made you stumble on your words a little bit, and kind of choke on him. So, all right,
So is it 50 gold?
I'll go as high as 35. It's a simple task, and that is beyond well compensated for such a small thing.
What's the task?
Well,
I have another question, sir.
would you
You
not
said
want?
that they wanted said that they want to send us to the Vant Gate, and they wanted to gear us up and give us all these things to go and take on this task. Correct?
Right.
Right. Okay. Just double checking.
So
I'll take the 35 gold.
So the task is, as I have lost my familiar, I had sent him on a little small errand like I normally do. And embarrassingly so, my stupid familiar got himself caught up. We believe there's a small cultist that like to linger in the underworld here in the city. They're harmless for the most part, and this is brave for even them. But I would like my familiar back without having to resummon them, and I could easily do that. But
Well, that's nice and all, and they would appreciate it. I don't have an interest in gold. I'm just gonna go ahead and head on out. Can you?
well, then what do you want, Bert?
Oh,
He's
you
an
fucking-
archmage, dude. Of course he's gonna fucking know your name.
I don't know what an archmage is.
He's
I
all
don't know what you mean by arch.
He knows everything.
Knows
He's
everything.
very-
Okay.
He has very strong
Well,
magic.
then what I want is there's this particular fur trapper that I traced, and I wish to know where I lost him. Tell me that. See
You
if
say
I
a
know
fur
everything.
trapper. Could you have a description of him? Maybe I might know of him.
I described the man that I was following.
Don't you have, like,
I can't.
some
You really never
from
gave me a
him?
description of
Advertisement?
him.
Yeah, did he? Bald, big guy.
Didn't you have like an advertisement from him?
Card.
Alright.
He did.
I did, yeah. So I pull the card out and I go, this guy, I need to know.
One of the lowly merchants down there in the den. Hey, Freddy.
Here you go.
Are you familiar with Aaron Smith and Farrier? You would be.
Not as well as I would like to be.
What is that?
Aaron. Speak to Aaron. Lead your friend to Aaron's. Smith and Farrier. And she'll be able to give you more information upon where the whereabouts of the certain individual he's talking about.
Okay, well, for information like that, I'd be willing to do that. But where did your bird go?
I have a request as well.
I have a question as well.
Have you seen any other dragonborns that look similar to me?
similar, no. But there is one of our priestesses at the temple is a dragonborn.
Oh. Neat.
Diggity.
Which temple would this be?
So you need to find. You need to find the Temple of the Knight's Hoon. And the word hoon to you, even though he said it in common, you recognize it more as a draconic word. And its basic meaning behind it is draconic's kind of a weird language. It's more meanings than actual, like, words than anything else. And it means the knight's vowed, pretty much.
Okay, I'm in.
Bring home.
Tell her.
Ask him where will Leo last.
Tell the Grand Priestess of Hoon that the Archmage sent you. That should be able to get you an audience. She's kind of finicky.
What woman isn't?
I was like,
You
so I mean, there.
No
You're
need
right.
to be sexist. So, Thoroth, what were you asking?
Where was this familiar last seen?
Well, we saw the cultist, and I will take you to where they were last seen.
And
They-
before we head on to investigate, do you have any supplies for us?
Like, what kind of things would you need?
Potions of healing.
Explosives.
Can I have some of your power?
Can I
Let's see if he's
I reach
mad.
my hand out towards him. I'm dumb. I have
The
no
cold
idea.
water gets colder.
Yeah.
Oh, I drink it thinking I'm gonna get more power by drinking this water.
Does anybody else have a request?
I.
What happened to my camera?
Wait, so you said that.
Friends with us?
Does anyone around?
Jason,
Yep.
you said I didn't see who cut the tree, right?
No, you did not see who cut the tree.
Would I know if this guy's like politically involved in this town? Besides just
You've never seen or heard of this man before in your life, so you can ask questions about it.
Involved. So I have a very odd idea.
Hmm.
Like, what kind of power does he have over the city?
yeah.
He's an archmage. So he is the archmage. He only answers to the prince and to the king.
Can I make an insight check on this Archmage?
Sure. 1 second though. So go ahead and roll.
What are you trying?
Yeah, what are you trying to insight though?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, shit.
Freddie,
Not as bad as in that one, though.
what were you saying,
Yeah,
Freddie?
notice his clothing.
What were you doing?
He knows he's a mage.
Okay, hold on. Let me speak to Freddie for a
Some
second,
useful
guys.
Information.
Huh? Freddie?
Would
Say it. Don't be hesitant.
well, it's brain dead now.
So you would know that the Archmage runs the Mage Order here, for sure. Mage Order has been probably the kindest to the people of the Den, as they do soup, basically like soup kitchens for the most part, and feed those who
Would
can.
he have the authority to remove bounties?
He might have the sway to over one of the marshals to maybe remove a bounty.
Because I'm pretty sure I would probably want it if people found me, right? Because I'm a thief.
That's on you. That's part of your backstory.
Probably help you persuade.
You
Get
can-
away with murder.
Your backstory can evolve as we play. If you think of something as we go, it's fine. So you want
Well,
your
you with that thought in mind, you would mind being employed by this man, one of the most powerful men in this entire city. He's offering to employ you.
Scratch
As a
this,
thief,
scratch
you're
this.
like all in.
yes. He
35 gold, you're all in.
in the hierarchy, he is higher than even the marshals.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty much the third most powerful person in the or
I
third
basically
most.
want to ask him. Okay, I do this favor for you. I'll take 10 gold, and you'll owe me a favor.
Favor. What are you asking?
Nothing yet.
Get out of jail free card.
Nothing yet.
Free parking.
Okay. Listen, I'm willing to do anything in my power for you all. Right now. I respect that you're chosen, and I want kind of let you all grow naturally together. But know that the fates have brought you all together for a reason. The reason even I don't even know. But
So I began to quietly back in all now study each and
yes,
trying to learn mannerism.
Yep.
if you complete this task for me, I will tell you how you came into my possession.
Very well.
It seems like an easy enough task. It's basically free gold.
I want another favor from you.
Okay.
Y'all are just asking so much of this guy. Wow.
So your town is destroying my home. You guys are cutting down my brothers and sisters. I won't take your gold, but you need to. Whoever's in charge of whoever's responsible for this, you have to tell them to stop, and I'll help you.
You do this task for me, and I will give you the information that I have, and I will do my best to gather more for you. Readable?
Alright, I agree, but I say nothing. I just look away.
So, you all agree. He reaches into his pocket. This is all I have for potions. He hands you 3 red vials.
Did you give it?
Mm-hmm.
He gave that to the bard.
That's what I asked for. These are potions of healing.
You would have seen them sold in merchants in the city of Tyr. It's
Yep.
definitely similar. You're not sure of the quality, but
So I'll just call it potion.
you know potions generally go about 50 gold a piece
Yeah.
for the smaller ones.
Weaklings
So
use potions.
I'm a weakling. I'm a squishy.
Okay. Well, we will. I don't know about the others. Investigate this and attempt to retrieve your familiar. And that settles the on 35 gold, correct?
35 gold. And let me give you a passage of writ. What this passage will allow you to do is, if a guard questions you while you are where you are doing this job, it will give you clemency against the guard.
Is that like a passage document? Yeah.
A passage of writ. Yeah, it's just basically written on it. It's just saying that you guys were allowed to enter the sewers. That
Get out of the sewer card.
that if you guys
Wow.
Rats and
That's
cockroaches.
what I've always wanted.
so
Fuck diamonds and rings. I want to get into the sewer for free card.
if there was no more questions for me, Please gather in the middle of the room.
Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Oh shit.
Weird ass ritual or something?
What are you doing?
Hell Satan!
Fuck off.
As he looks over towards you all and begins to mutter an incantation. Around you guys, glyphs, different, all in like a neon kind of blue, begin to form around you in a circle. And begins to hum. You feel your body begin to kind of, like your hairs begin to stand on end, and you kind of get goosebumps that kind of run up your arms and down your back. The fuck, Pops? Press what, your macro? One of your macros are on?
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
There you go. So, as he finishes last incantation of his last words of his incantation, the circles of the ruins begin to spin. They rise above you. Then everything goes dark.
Cancer! We're
How
dead.
do you do that?
Wow.
Oh shit.
You guys will be on the top side of the map.
Oh, yes, we are.
Wait, how do you do that, Andy?
Accidentally had it on DM mode for the stream, so let me change that over to player real quick. Whoopsie!
I got a picture!
I skipped a step. You didn't see it. No, so.
We're good.
Yep, we're good. So as you gather yourself, you feel the cold, damp air. And for those of you who have dark vision, you're able to see a little bit. You see a stream of water that it's putrid smelling. It's definitely smell of feces, other like chicken grease. It's
Oh,
not
I'm gonna die!
the most. Don't move any further, please.
Inhale deeply.
Okay.
Oh god, it feels good to be at home. I look around for any rats, spiders.
There are different insects. There's some spider webs. You don't actually see the spider, but there's cobweb. You guys notice large crates and barrels that line the hallway that goes off to the left, for where you guys poured it in. You see where you guys had poured it in. The circle where the magic had put you is steaming, as if it was really, really hot.
Hot.
Do an
What
investigation
you're
check on
thinking
the front.
about.
What are you looking for?
If there's anything inside.
Is there, say that one more time. And,
If there's anything inside, is there any value?
so you go tap on one of the crates, pretty much, or one of the barrels to see if there's.
Yeah, tap them, open them up, crates, barrels.
That's a lot of shit.
You run up to the first crate and you tap on it, and it feels pretty full. It's got some weight to it. It's easily enough to kind of open it up, and as you look inside, it's trash. It's just rotted food. You see pieces of like old clothing in there.
Feel blind.
Is there any leather scraps in there?
Make an investigation roll. I mean, you're digging into the trash can.
Yeah.
Dumpster diving!
Little
Natural
dumb.
20.
Okay.
So you find this like half beaten up leather tunic. It's still got some blood on it. It's got a nice like a gash across the center chest and a puncture mark that seems to go out the back. The shoulder piece is missing.
Yeah.
And it's like the bindings that hold the leather together are falling apart.
Somebody got.
Like that.
So you get a sense that most of these crates are just trash and miscellaneous crap. Going through them, you might be able to find hidden another man's trash is another man's treasure, or one man's, But as you guys look behind you, down the hallway, it goes on beyond your distance, but you do see a runged ladder right at the ends of those who have dark vision. Freddie, you can't see anything. It is dark.
Does anyone have light source?
I don't need it. I can see in the dark. I'm fine.
I think I have torches, actually.
Yeah, someone watch out.
Got flasks of oil. A tinderbox.
I mean, I literally am a phoenix and
Ooh, I have a hooded lantern.
have a lot of, you know,
Yeah,
fire.
you have a hooded lantern?
You got your lantern.
Yeah.
And I go up to Freddy and I go, you might want to check, right?
Yeah. Can I turn that shit on so I can see something?
Sure, 1 second. I'm trying to get you where you can actually see. Hold on.
I'm blind as fuck.
I did my screens backward. I have my GM screen as my big screen and my player screen as a small screen. 1 second, let me load my screen up real quick.
I've been sitting here looking at the stream to be able to see farther.
Facts.
I'm a shitty bastard.
Reported.
That's what I can't believe it. We're being stream sniped in D&D by one of the players.
So it only gives you about 10 feet of vision. So
True, you can actually see your face and your hand now.
So as he lights the hooded lantern and puts the hood on it to where you can kind of aim it like a flashlight for the most part. You all had dark vision, like you have to adjust quickly. It's like going from light to dark to light. Your eyes are like shit. But your vision comes back clearly, no problem. As you guys begin to get calm and start looking around, you notice that the water is running right now left to right, and it's about 1.5 inches thick,
Ew.
and it is putrid.
Do you mean deep or as in like thick as it?
Deep.
I'm assuming up here on the ledge. How far up on this ledge?
So the ledge is about 6 inches up. So
But it's dry.
it's for the most part. I mean, it's drier than the water down below for sure.
Can I climb across the boxes?
How high are the barrels and boxes?
So the ceiling of here is about 10 feet high, and the barrels and stuff seem to be stacked from floor to ceiling.
That sucks.
You get a sense that they kind of
Am I able to bounce from that barrel up on the box?
Parkour!
So what are you trying to do? So the boxes that are down in the middle, don't move your characters, please. Let me describe my scene before you guys continue fucking exploring. Damn it. I've already said it once, so...
Yeah, that's what I want to get behind.
Right?
So, as you guys begin to gather your senses, as begin to light, as the light lit from Freddy, you begin to hear whispers. It's hard to make out anything that they're saying, if at all. But coming down from the hallway, an instrumental amount of distance. So, one, I need a marching order and how you guys are going to walk. So, whoever's in the front is where.
Well,
I'm leading. Nah, I'm leading. Fuck off.
Got the big ass dragon thing, do it.
Let the dragonborn go in front of everybody.
I tell Root to get on my shoulders, and I say everyone get
No,
behind me.
two short in here. 10 feet tall.
Oh yeah, and you're like,
You could sit on your shoulders.
Oh yeah, like a kid on a dad's shoulders, or like a yeah.
You have to-
You guys get the image.
As you look upon the roof, you see like hanging moss occasionally,
No, I'm not. No,
and it may not even be moss.
no. It's algae. It's nasty, disgusting
Strings.
slime.
Oh shit.
So,
Damn bacteria level in here is outside of this world.
Well, okay, I kind of want to say this to everyone else. Should I turn off the lantern so they can't see us coming?
Yes.
no, keep it on.
Okay,
No.
so someone who has good vision or taller should be leading.
Yeah, I'm leading. I have dark vision and I'm big as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn off my lantern so I'll just go blind.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave your vision where it is. It's fine. So, are you guys going to? How are you guys going to move along? I mean, is that the order you guys are going in right there? For the most part.
Single file line.
That looks like 2 lines.
Looks like a group.
Come on, guys, cross your arms. Get on. Well, that's fine.
I say we don't necessarily move a marching order. We do like the Dragonborn goes forward 10 feet in front of everybody, and then whoever goes next. I mean, so we're just gonna stagger going in.
That's right. It's only about 1.5 inches deep.
Row, you're about lay down the stream of shit.
Yeah.
So I need, since Alden's gonna be the one up front, I need. And are you guys gonna be quiet about it? Or are you guys gonna rush? Just gonna.
Nah, I'm gonna sneak.
I'm gonna
I
stealth.
kind of want to try to go quietly.
Jealous.
Okay,
I want to try to go stealth. I want to go stealth. Oh yeah.
Do we all have to roll a stealth check?
Yeah,
then?
I just want. We're rolling a group stealth.
One person who's good at stealth.
We're looking. It's basically we roll as a group stealth. Everybody rolls a stealth, and I take the average, and that's unless somebody rolls a 1.
1.
Did he turn the light out?
Yeah, he turned his lantern back off.
Oh, still see. Guys, I mean, we lit up the hallway for half a second.
Mine could have been worse.
Mine was the second worst out of everyone. I'm the good stealth.
Off carrying the squad.
Straight up though, I mean I've rolled like 2 nat 1s in 2 episodes, so.
Yeah, you've had more than that once than anything else.
And the only reason I'm not allowing you guys to move because technically you guys aren't quite right here yet. You guys are like a little further up, like 100 feet. So that's why we're moving along. But
Well, like I said, because of the cramp situation, assuming it's gonna be like this, second, I say we let the Dragonborn go first, and then makes no difference. So Alden goes first. Zeroth can go right behind him. Lyra's gonna obviously be stuck up Zera's ass. Fucking half elves. Then would be me, and then me and Dusk will bring up the rear, and then Freddy is a rogue, so he can go wherever the fuck he wants. Actually, no.
Yeah, except he rolled a 10 for stealth.
Yeah, well, we all he's splashing through the water. He's
I think it was like a 4 plus my 6 stealth.
Oh, fuck, it was.
It's pretty bad.
Lyra was the one that cleaned me, right?
Shit.
yep.
I've watched to see how Lyra reacts to scum and the dirtiness. She being all prissy, is she?
She looks at Zero and says, "When you said you wanted to come to work, I didn't think this was what it meant."
Shots fired.
Okay, so we just like start moving now?
Yeah. So as you guys start heading down the hall, you guys make around the first corner. The whispers are more rhythmic. It's not like one person speaking to another person. It's several voices speaking in unison, almost chant-like in nature. Lyra, you definitely recognize the arcanic like nature of it.
Yeah, cool.
Not having to roll. There's definitely something or someone casting in front of you guys. You guys get around the corner. You guys see it about maybe so maybe 50 feet, maybe 60 in front of you. You guys see a shimmering blue light, as if it was like a mist or something floating above the water about 3 inches.
That's not good.
Right.
Is the chanting in a language that we recognize?
What language do you recognize?
Comment?
Well, I speak Common, Elven, and Dwarven.
So it would not be in a language that you would know.
Okay.
Does
Sylvan
anybody
or
speak?
Infernal?
Does anybody speak
What?
Underdark?
Ew.
You must be-
Does anybody speak what?
Underdark.
No.
I have no clue what that is. I know I can speak Thieves' Cant.
So
So
if it's
no.
Underdark, then we hear like dark.
You hear the.
Can I move over? Because that's 35.
No. At this point, I want everybody to roll.
Oh yeah!
Roll what?
So click on your token, and then click the word initiative on your character sheet.
Yeah,
Damn.
Where is it?
Jared's going first, I think. He's definitely going before
Oh,
Us.
dude, nice. Let's go.
Guys, help!
Where is it?
It's on the center of your character sheet.
It's not in the center of my character sheet. Oh yeah, that would make sense. Oh, there it is.
Center top, towards the top.
It's time to. Oh, it was on that one. That was close.
Oh fuck.
You were just like on fire with these rolls today.
Yeah, aren't I? I'm just so oh wow.
If-
great.
Above 10.
See, I always say if you don't like the rolls that you've been having, it's been consistent, change the color of your dice. Like changing dice. I throw these dice away and I get new dice. Fuck that.
Okay,
I
so
don't see it.
It's literally.
I love you.
Blind, probably.
next year class.
I have glasses for a reason.
Second last.
Alright. We go ahead and send that up. So,
I'm like basically last.
Zarath, is your first act. You can see down the hallway, there is roughly 6, maybe possibly 7 shadows that seem to be encircling this blue, this like mist that's floating up about 3 inches above the water. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast this.
So, technically on the screen right now, you can't. I'm going to help you guys out for the first couple combats just to help you with something. You technically can't see your target. You can only see
Can't
like.
see them?
Can't quite see them yet.
Okay.
Shimmering.
You see the blue shimmering in the shadows. That's about it.
I'm gonna be closer then.
So you can move. Each square is 5 feet. You can move
Yeah.
30 feet.
1
Great.
35.
4. Okay, I'm gonna stand there.
So as you approach, you see 7 hooded figures, or 6 hooded figures. Sorry. And in the middle of the bluish-like mist, you see a cloud of smoke that seems to have a semblance of a winged.
Oh shit.
You see the hand of the one in the black, the one in the back wearing the black-like robe, hand stretched out in front of him with this greenish-like aura emanating around his hand.
Yep.
And so, if you want to go ahead and cast True Strike now, so
Cast it.
that's your target and breathe. Right in the... So, which one are you choosing?
I'm going to do the closest one, which one in front of the
To ping, all you have to do is click on the map and left click and hold. So I can know which one exactly you're pinging.
Wait, it's not pinging now. I pinged it, but it's not pinging.
The left or right one?
Left one.
Okay, so as you stealth forward as best of your ability, trying not to disturb them, you whisper your incantation. Suddenly your mind fills with this basically like vital points. And seems to have not the best dexterity.
Okay. How many movements have I got left?
You moved 20 feet so far, so move 2 more squares.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got really high stealth roll, by the way. And going to hold my turn because I can't get close enough.
So as you step behind, out from behind the crates that were in the water, revealing yourself, even with your high stealth roll, you can't hide in plain sight.
Well, I'm more like, kind of.
Okay, that's why I'm saying that now. So you kind of move up to the crate, back up against it, kind of peering over the side.
Yeah.
That's what cast your incantation. Oh.
Yeah.
This. The guy that you cast your True Strike on didn't seem to notice.
Okay.
So that was your action, your movement. You'll have your bonus action.
What did I do? Bonus. I point behind me, and I tell them quietly, calm, give them a
You do the whole
signal saying that the hand signal just saying there's people here. Well, and
you go. You point at your eyes. You point over there, and you go 6. Okay.
All of them?
So that'll go ahead and be the end of your turn. Root, as Zareth kind of disappears into the darkness beyond your dark vision. What you want to do?
Forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pretty much go sick with my hands.
There.
Okay.
So first combat, everyone.
I know we
Get
don't get a
excited.
natural one, Lyra.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I will try my best, guys. But
So
I
I'm gonna move up to that box now. When I'm looking at the
Blows up in our
the
hands.
creature in the circle,
Killing her
does it
instantly.
look like it's? Does it look like they're conjuring it and they're holding it in a magical way? I mean, is it got a dome over it? You know what I mean?
Go ahead and make an Arcana roll. This is not your sense of expertise. So, see if you can understand the magic. You get a sense that they are definitely drawing forth the shadowish, it almost like a bat with a long tail to you.
All right, now are they all chanting?
They are all chanting, but the ones on the outside are all chanting the same thing. But the one that's in the black hood towards the back, he seems to be the one that's drawing the magic.
I nudge Root and go, that's the right there. In the middle.
One of the middle's the
Okay, out of character. We're in combat. Why?
Because you guys,
I mean, we were told that there were cultists down here that they really were meaningless.
Wow, that's a dark way of looking at it. Jeez.
they're in combat because you guys are walking in towards this direction. It dead ends in front of there.
Yeah.
And I was just putting you all in combat.
I hold my action, infestation,
Okay.
and if we truly get into combat, I'm gonna cast it on the guy in the black,
Okay.
right in his face.
All right.
Okay, who's next?
So,
black.
as guys, as you two begin to approach, Darth, you're the one that's really able to see him at the moment because you're the closest. But you look over, and he begins to point in your direction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he did.
Black figured
The
guy.
black figure guy.
Right.
He whispers a word, and the shadowed-like creature in front of him Against the cackle and laughter.
Fuck.
Oh god.
Oh, we're gonna kill them all.
Oh, Freddy.
There, shit I can do.
It's just nothing.
Just bum rush right towards us.
Freddy's a blind motherfucker.
Mine is a bat.
Running, screaming something.
What's going on, yeah?
Okay, Freddy, what are you doing?
Give me a second. Look at my inventory. Do I have any explosives?
No.
I think all of you got the reference I was about to do right there.
Rip.
Rip
Yes. Yeah. Your turn, though.
How many blocks can I move?
You can move, each square is 5 feet.
Your speed.
You can move 30 feet. So each square is 5 feet, you can move 30.
And
Yeah,
I'm
move
right
30.
there.
But you can also use the ruler and you can kind of measure.
Oh, how the hell do you do that?
There's a ruler on the left-hand side.
The fourth one down looks like a comb, yeah.
It does look like a cone. Wow,
It looks like
thank
a
you.
ruler! Holy shit!
That's what I thought it was.
It's my new. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
But, so what are you doing?
Great. Oh
I
no.
don't know.
My bad. I'm not supposed to move.
Everyone, shh.
Alex.
I'm gonna go right there, I guess. Fuck, move!
So you gotta click back onto the arrow.
Select the select thing.
Okay, go back to the arrow.
There you go.
That's 20. Can I move there?
Remember, each square is 5 feet, just to help you get a basic reference. So,
So basically, you can move 6 squares.
yeah.
Which I already said, everyone.
Can I just like hide in the corner?
Sure, go ahead, and we're gonna give you your individual stealth roll on that one. So go ahead and roll stealth.
I think it's 1.
No, it's
Almost.
7.
It's better than the last one.
You feel yourself like you feel confident that you're relatively hidden.
Or you can't do yourself.
You think you're hidden. So that was your movement and your bonus action. What kind of action are you doing?
Just kinda stay out of the line of fire at the moment because I can't see shit.
So just to help you out with combat, you can also you guys can also say I'm gonna hold my attack action until something gets within range. Say that as well. So if something gets on top of you, if something gets within range of you, it's going.
I.e. what I did holding my thermogy if we get into combat, or my infestation.
I'm gonna hold the action in case I can use it.
As the shadow.
Well, you have to actually specify what you're using for, just for future reference.
Yeah, you got. When you say you're gonna hold your action, you need to tell me exactly what you're planning on doing. Okay. So the shadow-like imp begins to flap its wings, and every time it does, it looks like it emanates this smoke from its body, and it begins to fly forward. And I'm gonna roll this. You don't know what it is, so you don't need to.
Oh god, that doesn't look good.
Oh hell no.
It's okay. It did not see Zarov, but it's
Can I do something?
so it flies by. So as it enters your combat space, you're gonna get an attack of opportunity because it moved past you, but it didn't. You didn't. So go ahead and.
Can I, do I have to hit it?
You don't have to. No,
Can I cast a spell instead?
no. You don't have that feat yet.
Okay,
That's called
then
Warcaster.
I don't attack it.
Okay.
It's coming
So
straight.
as it flies past, it does not notice you two.
Oh no, Freddy.
I'm fucked.
As it's beginning to look around,
First one to die.
but it does not see anything yet. So that's going to be
Yeah.
the end of its turn.
Is
So-
can I do inspect or whatever it is creature it is?
You on your turn you can.
Okay.
Can I do an inspection check to see if it's something that I recognize?
Sure. Go ahead and
See
roll
if I'm, like an apple.
an Arcana roll. Are you proficient in Arcana, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a +3.
There's a 1.
Would you get it?
So, it's not a spell I don't believe that you have, but you've seen other casters cast creatures similar to this, and it kind of reminds you of Find Familiar. So it reminds you of a familiar.
Alright.
But
That's not the familiar we're looking for, is it?
Yeah, well, can I do a check to see if it's the familiar that we're looking for? Maybe charmed or...
nobody asked what it looked like, so
What
I
does
will
it look
really-
like?
no. You were supposed to ask the Archmage that.
Because that's the-
Oh, shit.
We're
Well,
so
yeah,
fucked.
for
Guys.
We were too busy asking for things to actually ask the important stuff.
Yeah. We're just assuming it's got a nameplate over its head. I am the imp you're looking for.
If we kill him, he's gonna like.
I mean, I did ask if it was a bird.
I will say this for Lyra, that an Archmage's familiar would not be something as peon as this.
Okay.
DM throws
Okay. So, can I do a check to see if it might be the familiar of maybe one of the other things that we're chanting?
So you used your bonus action to determine what it was. If you would like to use your full action to really ascertain what it is, I'll say yes. Well, you'll lose your action, but that's on you. I'll let you have that decision.
Be able to defend yourself.
Can I move?
Yeah, you can move. You can move too.
Okay. Can I, if I stay here, can I I'm still behind, and I'm not within sight of the little creature thingy, yay.
You maybe.
You don't know.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Now, you want to do anything?
No, I think I'm gonna...
Go ahead and do your inspection thing then if you're not going to do anything.
Okay.
So go ahead
Yeah.
and roll an Arcana roll. Kind of hard to do. So, yep. Because one, you were trying to determine what it was. Now you're trying to determine if it's his. The best of your knowledge, with your a little familiarity with the spell, you get a sense that it's that guy who summoned it. So.
Okay.
So will it disappear if we kill him?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can find out.
I'm gonna kill that weird ass thing.
So,
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
zero. We got.
I just throw it out.
so
Go, lizard man. I choose you.
Okay, so who's next?
Road. Yeah.
guys begin to this throw, also trailing. It's about right there. They're not like making a lot of speed. And 3d20 rolls. So the one that's in the front begins to say some words. Looks back behind his friends and begin to point. You don't think they see you yet.
They sure as hell see me though.
So Alden,
Okay. I'm gonna move here.
so you rush forward.
Yeah. And
Wow.
this guy right there.
You're gonna rush past the imp.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you rush past the imp, he's gonna get an attack of opportunity against you.
Well, is he able to attack?
Wait.
That's why I'm helping him out right now. That's why I'm.
Yeah, but what is his combat? Here, he moves. Here, he's still within combat range.
But if he moves over towards the chick,
So
which
that's
is another
fine.
like
He-
4
he-
feet,
he-
which
he moves anywhere from that point.
Can
If you move from where you're at right there, you can't attack of opportunity.
say what?
Can I move back?
Yeah, you go ahead and This is a tutorial for combat for you guys for now. So
It's a tutorial.
I move there instead.
Thank
And
you
this-
for the tutorial.
This thing's flying, right?
yes, it's
Okay,
flying
I
about
kick
3
it
feet in the air.
I kick it over the air.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your kick attack.
I only have a punch one. I don't have a kick one.
That's fine. The same thing. It's just for flavor. As you come, push, 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 jump into the air and kick the creature right square in the chest. Bam! It lands full impact. As you hit it, it kind of emanates a little bit of smoke, but you definitely hit it for sure, and it looked like it didn't take that very long.
So with that, combat has been in for my
Because that's like,
infestations.
not using a weapon. Or is that just my straight action?
I think monks get an offhand attack. 1 second, let me double check.
As he flips through his books.
Right in the butthole.
That would be you, Lara.
So, since you decided to kick with your action, as your bonus action, you can choose to hit again.
But without my weapon.
Yeah, without your weapon. It has to be a punch or a kick.
Okay, then I stomp where I kicked it the first time.
Okay, so as you fly through the air, kick him in the chest. The next roll, kind of bounce off of him, and you kick him again, right? He didn't knock him down, but so you kind of roundhouse kick him as you come flying through the air, and land on your feet, and then roundhouse kick him in the face. Do an additional 6 points of damage. This time it as it begins to really like you can see that it's not holding its shape very. So that was your action, your bonus action, and your movement. That would go ahead and be your turn.
So before you act,
Right.
he needs to make a constitution.
Constitution.
Excellent. Takes +4 poison damage. I need you to roll a
Look the spell again. But
roll a d4. And he moves 5 feet north. 2, he moves 5 feet. So he moves 5 feet to the south.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got bugs, an infestation all around his face. He's gonna take 9 points of poison damage.
so, as you cast your insects really quick, and you, Alden, you see like this ball of like gnats and flies and crap come flying towards the creature as you land back on your feet from your roundhouse kick, and it envelops the creature. And the creature and begins to. It turns to smoke and begins to vanish. But in that area remains a 5-foot cloud of smoke. Enter it, you cannot.
If I enter it, I cannot what?
Damn it. Roll.
Freaking druids.
Am I right?
Oh, frickin' tiefling with his insects.
Yeah, fucking
Reach my hands out. My hand out. Insects just.
Oh, if you enter that circle, it's a smoke-filled cloud, so your vision becomes 0.
That circle right there?
Yep.
Can
So-
from one side see through it to the other side.
No.
Where's the imp? Did the imp move?
Yeah.
And the imp is destroyed. Hold on. It is destroyed, but
So the imp just goes poof into black smoke, and there's
Uh-huh.
a black smoke ring right there.
Yep.
And where'd the mage go?
The mage is still back there.
Bugs all around his face.
No, you casted it on the mage?
Yeah, I told you to cast it on the black hooded mage.
I thought my bad. So there is no circle there. That's
Mr.
my
Banter.
fault.
Well, because
I
I say that was
misunderstood.
I'm sorry, when I intended my held action.
Okay, I
Mr.
misunderstood.
That's okay.
Banter.
So you did 9 points of damage?
9 points of damage to home dude back there. He's got to move 5 feet to the south.
Okay.
And he's got an infestation around his face. Holding any kind of gun. Probably have.
Not holding any other concentration spells that you're aware of.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not aware of
And
anything.
he
I'm
moves to the south, and he begins to start flying or swatting away these gnats that are flying around him. But okay, so that was your held action. So
Yeah, that was.
30, it's 30 feet on the infestation.
I mean, I would have loved to have attacked the imp there and killed him, guys. Sorry, but that's not what I.
that was my misunderstood there.
I should have let the imp.
I need Alden to make 2 dexterity saving throws as 2 small balls of fire begin to fly at your direction.
2 dex save throws.
2 dexterity saving throws.
2 balls for you.
Get
One.
ready.
Flyer's dream.
So as these 2 balls of fire quickly are flying at you, you use your natural monk-like training and instincts, and you athletically kind of just do a somersault in between the 2 of them, dodging both of you, and kind of fly back to this, hitting the barrels back here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does that give anyone a vision of me? Fire on wood.
Oh no, it wouldn't have hit you.
No, but fire on wood doesn't catch fire.
It's too moist in there for that.
Yeah, 2 shiver spell.
Oh shit! What the hell?
What the fuck is that?
That's so cool. What the heck?
I was trying to get it to work, but it's not working for me. So it was like.
Oh man.
Sound effects are genius.
Top notch.
They're
So,
fantastic,
that
aren't
is
they?
going to be the end of their turn. Thus, you get to the end of the.
Well, I'm pretty impressed with what they have done so far. From the back, God, I'm using the comb. Yeah. I sort of walk forward a couple feet and I touch her shoulder and I cast guidance on it.
So Lyra, you feel this rough like bark hand graze over your revealed shoulders of your outfit and just kind of touch your arms. Suddenly, your vision, which is normal, begins to become quite clear, and you feel like do anything.
Well, then,
Bang the prince.
All right, so that was your action.
I will bang the prince.
Bang! You gonna bang the prince and the archmage? Damn!
Then I use my
Bang.
I use my
Succubus?
What?
Is that it?
No.
So the Dragonborn can attack twice, right? Or is it just a one-time thing?
He can attack twice if he chooses to.
Alright, so then I'm gonna cast. That was a bonus action, right?
No, that was an action. If you read the spell, it says casting time, 1 action.
Oh, okay. Alright.
You casters, pay attention to that when it comes to casting time. It'll say bonus action on there if it's a bonus action. So.
Alright, well then I'll just stand next to Freddy and take out my staff.
Okay. No problem.
Sick.
Alright, Zeroth. As the
Hey, at least yours isn't
As
polished.
combat erupts around you, you see fire fly through the air. You see Alden basically drop kick this imp in the face.
Oh yeah.
You see 3 other hooded figures walking up. What's you do?
Am I in range with the one that I did strike on?
So the one you did true strike would have been this one right there. So
Yeah.
technically you can get. Oh, got it. Technically you can get within range.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little marker on him just so you know you're. Oh, never mind. Give advantage.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to cast Lee.
You're gonna cast. Look, can you click on the spell for me? And so it'll pop up
Yeah,
on the.
hold up. Rolled bugging.
Whoa. Oh my.
Okay.
20, and I'm going to cast it on the one that's closest.
Okay, so I need you to roll. Oh, you rolled 30.
Yeah,
So-
the net.
Yep. So, I will say,
Like, we drew all the time that they didn't go at all.
I know, but it can affect multiple people in the spell.
Oh, right.
Because
Well,
you have 30,
maybe
you got
yeah.
30 hit points of the things to do. So you
Okay.
you chose the first one. The first guy falls asleep. That gives you still have a little bit more points. Who would you like your second target to try to put to sleep?
The one at the furthest.
One that's further?
3? Yeah, out of the 3, yeah.
Out of the 3, right? So this one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So he too also falls asleep and just drops where he is and falls asleep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You feel that you still have a little bit of magic left.
Costs the neck that I've got.
Okay. Doesn't matter. So as you try to push it onto the third one, that you don't have enough magical points on it, put that one to sleep as well. So, but you did put 2 of them to sleep. Let me go ahead and mark them as sleeping.
I'm just gonna put a Z on the top of them.
I was going to see if they had one, but it doesn't.
I gave you one.
No, they have little tokens. So we'll say that's a sleep. Not meaning.
I love how I have to watch this stream to be able to know what's going on.
And that one's asleep. So the duration is 1 minute unless somebody hits them. So.
You did the right one. You did the middle one. It's the one at the front.
Oh, you did the one in the front?
Yeah. Yeah, one at the back, one at the front. The left, they put one on.
Okay. My bad.
That's the one that I did.
So those 2 fall asleep.
And the one at the back.
Is it bad to want to get up on top of one of them and just stab him in the head?
Yeah. Oh, which order did you do them in, though? That's what fatal.
The front and back.
Well, you'd think that his sleep spell is just gonna go out on his own.
So not the
Affect
one in the
those
middle.
2 first.
So you did this one.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, so those 2 fall asleep.
Those are hooded figure guys, right?
Those are hooded figures, and the one that you had true strike is still true strike, technically.
Yep.
That was your action.
Yep.
Your true strike fades, though, because it only lasts for until your next turn. So
Yeah.
make sure that you mark off that you casted a spell. Those little circles above
Is
your
it
true
a
strike.
bonus action to attack?
No, but he did sleep, which is the first level spell. Huh?
What can I use as a bonus action? Can I attack?
Some spells have it. You can inspire.
Yeah.
You can drink potions, draw your weapon. It's like real quick action.
Who's next on the initiative?
Oh, I do a little bit stuff. Next up on initiative?
Yeah.
Next up on initiative will be Root.
Alright, well, I'll inspire Root.
You will inspire Root? How are you going to inspire?
No, the video that we.
Root. Feel the inspiration. Root. I hope you feel them.
You filled him with your inspiration.
So you feel that you were inspired. You will have a D6 to be able to use on your next turn. Or
He said root what?
He filled you with his inspiration.
Yeah, but
I know, but I want to know what he said. I want to hear these inspiring words. I think he said root, and then something else. Alex is the DM. Thanks for hosting, man. Important, bro.
I said that I'll fill you with inspiration.
So,
I hope you...
he cast inspiration. Now, does inspiration affect attack rolls or ability check?
attack roll is an ability check.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, those 2 are sleeping, and we have this hooded figure coming up on us, right? Okay. I am going to basically Over the box. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leap over the box while using my bonus action to cast Shillelagh on my staff. When I land, I'm going to strike this guy right here, right upside his noggin.
Okay.
With my
Well, first
Shillelagh
off,
staff.
because you jumped out of the staff and you're jumping down, I want you to roll an acrobatics or athletics roll. I'm only really looking for a 1. You're fine. You quickly you pull out your staff, casting Shillelagh. Shillelagh is a bonus action.
It is.
Okay.
Here's Shillelagh. I'll put it up there. Action.
No problem. So go ahead and roll your hit.
So
You didn't add your weapons, huh?
yeah. I don't know if it's because I cast it. Now the other one's. I can do. I get to use my wisdom.
Is that what it says?
Duration you.
Yep.
That
You're right. Yep.
becomes a D8 weapon plus my 4, and then it's also a magical weapon. Here we go. Swing away. 15. I get him.
You do.
Hey, better. Got him. Yes.
Just barely.
Oh, hey, just barely. Hey, barely is just barely.
So you go ahead and roll a
A
D8
hit is a hit.
for your damage, and
Pow! I am Babe Ruth.
His ass.
so technically, how do you want to have it done?
Babe Ruth his fucking head. So bap right into that. Hit his head right into that chest right there.
So
Smattering that chest all over the place. It falls down. He falls down.
as you leap onto the crate, you take your staff and it begins to glow with this dark greenish-like energy for a moment.
It goes as I'm flying through the air. It just begins to glow.
You take it overhand and you basically bring it right down with your full momentum of your weight and your wisdom. You know exactly where he needed to hit him on that temple, and you feel the bone of his skull crack underneath the hammer, and you see his eyes immediately burst red. You see blood begin to pool out his ears, and he drops down dead. Dead right there.
First death blow of the campaign. Thank you very much.
X is dead. I figured out how to do that.
That works.
You teed his ass up.
Alright, so that was your action, your bonus action, and you have a little bit of movement if you'd like to move. Those two are technically sleeping, so...
I feel like we should interrogate one of them.
Boom, headshot. Boom, headshot.
I reckon we should keep
Well,
the least powerful one
Okay.
alive so that we can interrogate them.
Yeah, if we would just keep one of them asleep. One or
There.
two of them
Done.
asleep.
Okay, so... As the black hooded figure finally knocks off the insects out of his sight. You foolish children! You interrupt an important meeting. You shall now be sacrificed to Estala.
Shit, dude.
Estella.
I'm sorry, but I actually have an appointment later, so I can't.
As he comes forward, and a blackish-like flame begins to emanate from his hand. Points at you, Root, because you're one that he can really see. And he's going to
Boom, headshot.
make a spell attack again.
Can't touch this. Nature will protect me.
What's your AC?
Oh, 13.
So as this blackish-like magic begins to fill in his hands, he casts it out with his, and it acts like almost like a streak of black fire flying through the air. Slams into your chest.
Is that considered an ability check?
No. And you get 10.
Kill me.
One-shotted.
Ooh.
Wow.
As you see Root take the full blast and get flung backwards, landing in the water. His arm hanging off to the side. Knocked unconscious, not breathing. So, that's going to be the end of his turn. Freddy.
Down and druid. Okay, question. If I moved
Drew.
right there, would it attack me?
If you moved up next to it, no. I mean, well, it might choose to, but I doubt it.
Like,
But
what
currently it's
side
flanked.
is front?
You're flanking, so
You're flanking. As long as you get,
anywhere in there is flanking.
yeah. As long as somebody else is standing next to it, you can get your sneak attack. And he doesn't know you're there, so you technically get advantage. You rolled shitty on his perception roll.
I want to move right about there.
So on the top of your character sheet, it'll say advantage, disadvantage. Click the advantage button, and then click your weapon.
Okay, so I click advantage?
Click advantage, and then click your weapon. No, that's initiative. But
An advantage up at the top of your character sheet. See where it says character spells, and it's got a pen. If you keep going across the type output, keeps going across, it says roll. Right underneath alignment.
Under alignment.
on the top of the end of the character sheet.
It says
Top
normal,
right.
advantage, disadvantage. Those are buttons you can click. So you instead of right now you should be on normal. Set that to advantage.
Okay.
And then scroll down and find your dagger.
And then click
Well, I
dagger.
got a scimitar.
Or scimitar, sorry.
Okay, click your scimitar. That'll give you your attack roll with advantage. So you roll both dice. It only puts the high one up there, which is a 21.
And then I believe on your right hand side of your sheet there's going to be a wall of text. Find sneak attack and go ahead and click that as well.
Oh, dang.
Right.
Stroke for it. To deliver very consistent high damage.
Right hand side, it'll be underneath abilities.
Oh, there it is. Click.
It didn't roll sneak attack. Why didn't it roll?
So roll a 6.
Roll a d6. Just on the left hand side there's a dice roller. Click the dice roller, roll a d6. So,
you did 13
Alec,
points of
or
damage.
I'm sorry, Freddy, tell me how it's done.
Back of the head, slice downwards.
So as it is, looks like it's getting ready to strike Alden, and he's in his monk-like defensive position. You use this moment to sneak up behind it. You quickly reach out with your hand and grab what you see as semblance of a head. Whipping your scimitar back, you open up, you lift his head back, revealing his throat, and you quickly gash right across his throat, spilling smoke everywhere. And now you two are in smoke. As the area around you of that creature fills with smoke.
Oh.
So you guys cannot see through it and cannot see around it. One round.
Can people see us in it?
Oh, that's where not.
Can you move around it?
You can move around it, you can move through it.
Okay.
Cloud of smoke. Smoky cloud in that circle. I'm not in the smoke. Ready, you're in the smoke. Inhale.
So that was
You're
your
about to die.
that was your action. What would you like to do as your bonus action?
What can I do with my bonus action?
As a rogue, you would.
You can't. It doesn't have that yet.
You at this point, because you're not high enough level, you really don't have very many bonus actions. So at this point, if you could, you would move and re-hide. You could hide, so re-stealth as a bonus action. And in this particular case, since you killed the object in front of you, there's no one else around you. You would probably finish your movement and stealth. But that, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend
What can I
hiding
do
behind back
now?
and stealth. You can do that.
Finish your movement and stealth.
Okay, I don't know. I was right there, so that's.
You only moved 5 feet.
Yeah. You have 30.
Don't look at that. I didn't mean to put that on the screen. My bad.
What the hell are you putting on the screen?
No, I didn't mean to delete it.
There and re-stealth.
Wow.
I'm gonna get rid of advantage first.
Finally, a good roll for you.
But we'll just say you think you're stealth. And I'll just take the 16.
Yeah.
Plus 6.5 for stealth.
That would end his
Stealth is fucking high as hell.
turn order. But
I will. I'm trying to do something and it's just not working for me.
so, Lyra, you're going to be up next.
So
'cause
the smoke weapon is no longer there,
dead.
and so it's going to be Lyra's.
Okie dokies.
I wanted to do that.
Okay. So how
Oh, it's Tilly.
can I move there?
Yep.
Yeah. And then how far have I got to reach this guy?
You
Okay.
can any smell you can hit.
Those two are asleep.
Yeah, those two are.
So
They're-
if I cast a spell on them,
If you hit them, they wake up.
okay. What do we want to do? Because I want to cast a spell on them, but I won't if they wake up.
You can cast a spell the ones at the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I say we start taking out the fucking black bastard.
That's the guy that I already.
Wow,
I
that's
sent an
racist.
infestation on.
Well, all we have
Just
is
kidding.
this black hooded. That's all we know.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm also laying in the ground dead at your feet.
Alright, well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
hit
heal
in
him.
front of you then. I don't have any healing spells.
And the guy in the black was the one that one-shot me.
So what are you
And
casting?
Zero.
Get rid of him first because he might be dangerous.
Blast the black fucker.
Zeroth has all of the healing potions, so I can't heal Root
Right.
right now.
So what are you doing?
So I wanna. I don't wanna hit anyone that's sleeping. So I reckon go for the guy in the black cloak, like
Okay.
right at the back,
Okay. Which spell?
and I wanna hit him with that one, Firebolt.
Fireball? Okay, so
Oh.
Firebolt.
20.
as you guys see Lyra, as she begins to cast her spell, flames fill her eyes, her hair begins to flick back. Flames from her eyes, she reaches back and crosses her hand across her eyes and throws her firebolts flying through the air, striking the guy dead center in his chest. Erupts.
For 7 damage.
So much, guys. Okay, but it's better than the
Hey.
bad one.
7 points of damage. You already had 9 done to
Kill me
him.
if it hit me.
You gotta add. the-
Hey! Welcome to the family.
It's an
Enjoy the
ability
banter.
check, it's not a dex check.
So that's 7.
6.
As you see him, his chest is beginning to smolder with this like black smoke. You singed his robes. You see him breathing heavy.
You pissed him off.
All right.
Oh.
So that was your action. You have any
Yeah.
bonus action? Like you
Do I still have movement?
still have what? 10 feet of movement or 20 feet of movement?
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna move behind Alden
Okay.
because otherwise I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna be-
She hides behind the Dragonborn. Smart
So-
wizard.
So Alden, you feel a hand press across your back as she kind of brushes behind you, and she kind of using you as a human shield. But
Oh shit.
I look behind me and wait.
No,
Okay.
thanks.
so
You don't want that scaly dick?
No, thank you.
What?
Oh god.
Maybe later after the prince.
oh my.
Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, that's my
Is
turn.
that good, D?
Going onwards.
Yep. I would. So the two brown guys are snoring. Alden.
Okay.
Now the question is, does he have a? Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Never mind.
If I can these like?
Yes, you can
baseball
get.
bat me?
Oh wow, maybe.
Can you pick him up and throw him?
Okay, I want to attempt to walk on top of the crates.
Okay, go ahead and make either an acrobatic or athletics check, whichever one you use.
It's higher.
Lift my shield over my head.
Almost in that 20.
I saw it for a second. Easy enough though. I mean, you quickly one crate onto the next, kind of like using as steps.
Tall ass bastard.
Does dragon? Just for a question, does dragon's breath can it hit multiple people?
Yours is what, lightning?
I think it'd be cold.
Please don't.
Let me double check to see if it's cone or if it's line or what it is. 1 second.
Pretty sure it's.
I'm pretty sure it's conical.
Yeah, I think it's cold.
Is he gonna kill us all? with
Nope, he's
just-
gonna light them up though. To show his true colors.
So this is a 15-foot cone. You can hit all three of them without even hitting the other ones. They all must make Constitution saving throws.
Can I do this turn or have to wait till next turn?
You can do it this turn.
Yeah,
you just
sure.
move.
Yeah,
You
no,
just
sure,
not- all
action.
you-
I want to fucking dragon breath their ass, dude.
Okay, so no problem. As you jump up on the crates and you guys see this white-like mist begin to form in the mouth of Alden and begins to emanate out, and then suddenly you hear him roar.
I see nothing.
And
Neither do
no,
I.
you see this, Freddy. It lights up right there, and it
I, on the other hand, see nothing.
that sucks for you. Should have gotten one shot.
Oh yeah.
So go. I need to make 3 Constitution saving throws. So,
Natural one.
that fails.
Oh my god.
That succeeds. It's still half damage. That fails.
So the
the black
good-
mage, the black mage and the back purple guy, both failed, and the one on the right succeeded. So go ahead and roll 2d6. Seven points of damage. As your cold fills the air, just you see frost begin to accumulate across the chest of all 3 of them. So he failed, so he 7. The black hooded guy takes the blow, but you can tell that he is not doing so well. The one that was standing next to him, he kind of seemed to shrug it off for the most part. You still see frost across his cheek. The one behind it, though, looks extremely, frostbitten and cold. You see his lips are blue, shivering, but that was your action.
Do I still have a bonus action?
Yes, you still have a bonus action.
Can I stealth?
You can drop down behind that box and hide as best you can.
Because for you, only rogues get the stealth as a bonus action thing. So in combat wise, so you can attempt to jump down and hope that you're not seen.
Take cover is what it's called.
Take cover.
I want to use my bonus action as a reaction. So if they come within 5 feet of me, I'll hit them with my quarterstaff.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't quite work like that, but if he moves past you,
Actions.
no problem, no problem. So you gonna stay up there? Or are you moving?
I'll move here.
You jump back down after breathing your thing. Purple
Okay, so
robes.
here's the black robe guy, hot and cold. He's got fire that
Right? Got pneumonia now.
He'll die eventually.
He's going to move up here to where he can see. You see red-headed female
Oh.
Oh god.
standing across the way over there. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
I can see her through the fog. Whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Please not be in that one. Please not be in that one. Please be in that one.
I will say it will be a very low DC for him because of the smoke. So as you're staring, you see just in front of you this black smoke. Suddenly, you see in the center of the smoke this orange light, and you quickly duck underneath it.
Shit. Not my
Does it
head.
shard your hair?
Shit, not my hair. She's not worried about fireball hitting her. It's my hair.
Look at my hair.
This one, you see the other purple hooded guy. Walk over and touch the back of the black hooded guy.
What?
He woke him up.
Oh no.
No. Black hooded guy.
Oh, back there.
You
I
wanna-
don't know what's going on. No one knows.
Right. So that's going to be the end of their turn. So Nusk.
Okay. So For Root, would me casting like any healing cantrip or spell, would that bring him back up?
Yes, it would.
Alright, so I go behind him and I cast as a bonus action, I use healing word.
Oh, big old healing word.
Full life.
Full HP.
Full life.
So you know, with healing word, so the difference between healing word and cure wounds, just to help you explain. Healing word you can cast from a distance. Cure wounds you have to touch. So if you don't want to move, you don't have to. I just was trying to give you.
I'll still. I know.
Yeah, he moved.
Okay.
That's why it was full effect, because he reached down and touched me.
So
It
as you
got
reach
it all.
down and you see your, I guess now new acquainted friend, unconscious and breathing down there. You guys all see that his hands begin to glow green with like it almost looks like greenish like June bugs floating around his hands, and he reaches down and picks up Root and brings him to to a sitting position, and you see these June bugs of healing rush into Root, and you hear.
I open my eyes and I look up and I see this tree man thing having these bugs crawling all over me, healing me, and bees sprouting on him, and to me it's like, oh!
Yeah, you're looking at God to him right now.
And I immediately fall in love.
Okay. So that was your bonus action.
And I'll also cast guidance while I'm healing him. And that would be it.
Alright, so you now also have guidance on top of your inspiration, I believe.
Excellent.
So, and those do stack, just so you guys know.
Excellent.
So, that is going to be the end of your turn. Zaro, the pretty one.
Okay, so if I was to say like here, that'd be range of the Black Hood guy.
You could move like right there and be within range of him without taking an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Rock at him.
Oh.
As you draw forth your Kopesh, you come rushing at him. You swing. He quickly sidesteps to the left, and fortunately, your blade goes a little bit wide.
Okay.
That was your action.
Yeah, that is.
All right, no problem. So, Root, as you are sitting there, technically prone, but
Okay. So I look down the hallway. I still sitting there. I look down the hallway. Those two still asleep. I fired a bolt at home chick.
Time to die.
Yeah, don't
You
fuck
know
with
about
my
Rush.
hair, bro.
So I will immediately reinfest the black figure.
that was a Constitution saving throw, right?
Correct.
What's your spell DC?
Oh,
Does
Better-
not
Better than
matter.
that. Better than that. So does that mean I get double damage?
I will count that as a critical failure. So that means you critically hit as your bugs fly into the individual, pecking at him, eating at his flesh, eating at his eyes. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, what? I forget.
So that'd be 14.
Boy.
Is there anything special you want to have done? Tell me how it's done.
Yeah. The infestation, I point at him, begins to caress all around his head and going into his ears and up his nose. And he just starts to suffocate and as he's breathing in, and it's like, and they just go inside his mind, and he just starts grabbing at his skin and trying to get the bugs out of his face as he drops to his knees, and then he just screams out in death pain as he falls faceward into the sewer water. And the
Exactly.
bugs go all over him, and they're enjoying the sewage and the germs, and they're loving it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I'm not even going to elaborate. That was good enough. So,
Well, I couldn't see any of this. behind boxes for me.
All you hear is like screams and zzz and ah, all down the hallway.
Don't fuck with the midget.
So, that was going to be your action. You still have a bonus action and your movement.
Okay, so I will. Have moved up, right?
Yep. Rush on top of the box, no problem. All right, Freddy. What you doing?
So it's my go.
Yep.
Okay, so I can definitely get over there.
Yep.
Even though I can't see shit.
Definitely know there's things over there, though.
Yeah, someone's dead. Is there a way to get past this person?
Dead.
Well, no, there's one person right there.
So there's two sleeping. There's one purple robe right in front of where Zaroth is, and then another purple robe like 4 feet to his left.
Well, is the one that's right in front of Zareth looking at him or looking where?
He's looking down the hallway towards Lyra. That's where he was last looking. Oh, the smoke's gone now, by the way.
Get myself behind the farthest one without getting attacked.
If you go atop of the crates, I will say yes. But go ahead and roll an acrobatics and athletics because it is dark and it's hard for you to see your footing and stuff like that.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, with ease, you squeeze past Alden and kind of crawl underneath, kind of leaping over the top of Root, landing on top of the crate. You rush over to the other one. I'm guessing going all the way back here.
Yeah, I'll go back right there.
All right. So he's technically not in combat, so you would, or technically not in melee combat, so you wouldn't get your sneak attack. But go ahead. Roll your weapon.
And roll normal. Click.
Got him.
With your scimitar, you dash off the crate and leap, slash quickly. So, with your second death blow of the afternoon, how do you want this done?
Disembowelment.
As you leap through the air, using the water as kind of like a water slide, use your momentum. You quickly slash through his stomach, disemboweling his front of his guts. You see his intestines begin to spill out. As he reaches down to try to grab them, he looks at you as his eyes roll to the back of his head, and he lays there flat in the water. Water begins to pool around the area here.
Yay! I've killed 2 things! One with help and one with none.
So, Pokemon Pit is dead. Lyra!
Hey! Okay, so the smoke cloud is gone now, is
Yes.
okay. That purple one's dead, right?
What?
Behind the second sleeping one, or no?
This one right there is alive.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
And very hurt.
move to here. Oh, yeah. And then I want to cast. Actually, can I get up to that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily enough, yeah.
All right. Cool. In that case, I'm going to move right by it, and then I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
All right.
1.
Unfortunately, though, as
Fuck.
because of where you grew up in your past, you know how to walk around sleep. But it slowed your movement just enough to see him as your electricity begins to charge in your hand. He sees you coming and he kind of like folds in half as you try to touch him. Like, swipe through the air, unfortunately.
Okay.
Just barely missed.
Do I?
What's with you in ones?
I don't know. There's something about it though, isn't there? Okay. Can I? Do I still have movement left or no? How
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You have 5 feet of movement left. Move
Okay,
away
I'm
from him.
gonna-
You move away from him, he gets an attack of opportunity against you. That time.
But
Can I
that
move
would be a
behind
melee
Kira?
attack of opportunity, unless he's a.
Yeah. Huh?
If you move, regardless of where you move, where to get attacked.
If you stay within his vicinity, you're fine. But if you move outside of
Okay.
his range, then he gets its swipe at you.
Okay. Well then, I guess I'll just stay where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
That will be the end of your round.
Yeah.
Still sleeping. Nothing they can do. Alden.
Okay.
I wanna
Do it. Do it.
I wanna run up these barrels or crates.
Okay.
I wanna do a front flip towards this guy who's still alive, and as I come down, I wanna hold my quarterstaff and push it right through the top of his skull.
Okay. Well, first I want you to roll an acrobatics roll because you're being
You're doing
fancy.
all kinds of shit. Yeah.
It's not the prettiest of your leaps, but you get in the air. The foot kind of slides a little bit, so it kind of threw off your perfect aim. But so go ahead and roll your to hit.
Is it versatile or just regular?
Regular. Versatile is if you throw it,
Oh damn.
Max damage.
but unfortunately, though,
Oh,
as you slipped, you made a little bit of noise, and he looks over and he sees you coming. He quickly ducks off to the right a little bit, and you slam your staff into the ground. Swack!
Flash!
Hey, at least your stuff don't break.
Do I still have a bonus?
A lot
Oh.
of damage. A lot of force.
Flash lever with feces all from the ground. She's now covered in shit.
Well, you're kind of shitty.
That was really shitty move of you.
All right. So do you still have your bonus action? You can't make an unarmored attack as your bonus action if you use your staff. That makes sense. So if you use a punch, huh? No, but okay. I'm just explaining to you how your class works. If you punch, then as a bonus action you can punch again. If you use your staff, it means you can't. You don't have a martial artist move yet. You will eventually, but not yet.
Can't attack him again.
Right. So I believe that's gonna be the end of your turn. I don't think you can really do anything else. So purple robe.
Lives.
Seeing that Lyra walks up and tries to zap the crap out of him,
He had to duck out from his quarterstaff from.
he gets inspiration by that and attempts to do the same thing back.
Oh damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
Oh.
You're gonna get one shotted.
So,
Fuck.
How much damage does it do?
8.
Four. 5. Oh, you lucky.
As he reaches out and grabs you by the arm, and zzz, you feel the electricity flow through you.
He's now touching you though.
Hazed.
So if he's touching me, do I get an automatic touch on my shotgun?
It's okay, the liar likes that shit.
I don't like it when it takes. I don't like it when it takes like 5 of my hit points.
So as his bonus action, he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this black-like sphere, and that's going to be the end of his turn. Thus,
Okay. So question: if I decided to entangle, can I choose? Does it have to be a 20-foot radius, or can I choose a single target?
it's a 20-foot radius on that spot.
All right.
Yeah, so you take allies as well.
Okay.
Have you got any guidance left?
Any what now?
Guidance left?
Yeah, if that's a
Let
cantrip.
him play his character, guys. Let him make his own choice.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm going to walk up to Root. I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
On who?
And then,
I already have guidance on me.
He already has it.
Oh. Okay. So then.
And technically, that's a concentration spell. So as long as you're concentrating on it, it stays on him.
Yeah, you could take it and move it to somebody else.
Okay, so it's here 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, then I'll just move behind Zarath here and cast guidance on him.
Well, so you're
Okay.
going to take the guidance off of Root, put it onto him.
Oh. Yeah. I'll just do that.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so he takes.
And then.
Because Zero needs it, doesn't he?
You have a bonus action.
Beautiful motherfucker.
So if I use Fairy Fire, which.
That's an action.
Is it?
That's a spell. First
Oh,
one,
no,
Fairy Fire is the
it's
first
an
one.
action, never mind.
Well,
Okay,
it's
then.
my turn next, and that guard allowed me to die.
Yeah,
Well-
excuse me, he's just fucked me up.
That's
That's me. You
I'm
need
gonna-
to get him.
I'm gonna use my last spell slot to use Healing Word on Lyra.
So he heals you for 7, Lyra. As his June bugs basically flow out of his arms and out of his hands and flies over towards you. It begins to float around you, and you feel revitalized.
Thank you, I'm now back to full hit point.
That's
I
MVP.
still think that's kind of buggy.
Jesus Christ.
Ba-da-bum.
Then I am.
But
I'm sorry, I'm very punny.
All right, Zarov.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah.
You are.
Beat his head in.
Dead now?
He is on death's door as you slash across the front of his chest, revealing his darkened skin.
It's a black man.
Alright, it's a lot to break
Racist.
out.
I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally.
So you know what?
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Where's the familiar? Where's
Yeah,
the-
yeah. Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay. Root.
Come on, you can do it.
Beat his ass. Midget.
Where's the familiar? Gotta find.
Yeah, right.
What if we killed the familiar?
We didn't kill the familiar, don't worry.
What if it, like morphed into a human?
As if.
Okay, so
Well,
Okay.
Oh,
6
yeah.
points of poison damage. 5 feet.
Lyra, you get an attack of opportunity.
If possible.
It has to be a melee attack, so you can either punch him or spit on him or
Stick him with a dagger, smack him with a staff.
you wield the
I
weapons.
have daggers, don't I? Can I stab him with a dagger?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
That is a melee attack. Kill him! Kill him!
I will allow it this time, but generally you'll have to have already have pulled your dagger out. But I'll allow you to do it this time. Okay? Fine.
Okay. Alright, so what am I rolling for that one?
D20 plus your strength bonus.
Dex
Or, I'm
bonus.
sorry, dexterity bonus.
Okay, so just 1d20?
Yep.
I'll have to add your
Okay.
weapon to your character sheet later, or
I have 2 daggers in my inventory.
yeah, can you click on them though?
Sorry? Oh, whoops, sorry.
Hello!
You rolled a
Nat
natural
20.
20.
Hello!
So what I want you to do is go ahead and roll a
Finally.
1d4. It's going to be a 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier. I don't know what your dex is.
My dexterity modifier is 2.
So,
So
a
one-
1d4 plus 2.
Yeah. 1d4. In a second.
So you do 8 points of damage, which is enough. That was really, really hurt. You only had 2 hit points left. How do you want to, or tell me how it's done?
As he's moving past me, I want to, like catch him in the collarbone, and then just kind of drag it across his chest.
Okay, and I also want you to roll a d20 for me. Just a straight d20 for me.
He's got.
Okay.
Oh, I'm aware. So as he begins to step away, you quickly draw your dagger and you bury it into his collarbone area, into his shoulder, to the hilt, all the way. And then you just, like your knife was extremely sharp, and you just rip across all the way to the other shoulder, just tearing apart all the arteries, the neck, and just damn near sever his head with a little butter knife of a dagger. But his blood splatters across your chest and your face and whips through the air. Suddenly, you feel in your chest as if your heart stopped for just a moment. You feel a pulse of magic run through your body, but you focus, and your hands are shaking, and you feel extremely warm, but you'll maintain control.
Ooh. Demon question mark?
What's that? Wait, is that a level up I smell? That smells like a level up to me.
So, that technically, we're in half combat right now, okay? Because you have about 40 seconds left on sleep. The sleep only lasts for 1 minute. So you have 2 targets that are asleep. You guys have 40 seconds. Go.
I got half. Wait, do we? Yeah, tie them up and I'll carry them both over my shoulders.
Okay.
Does anyone have rope though?
I got rope.
Okay, good.
So Alden and I want Alden and Freddy, since you both are making the effort to rush up and tie them up, I need you to both make dexterity rolls. If you roll under a 10, you wake them up.
Wait. Oh my
Alex.
Saving throw, right?
No, dexterity roll.
No, you roll a 1. Walking it.
So you get him tied, but it's not the best tie, because as you were tying him up, you see Alex basically tie a noose around the one and begin to try to pull it tight. But that's not what he was supposed to be doing. He was supposed to be tying up his hands and feet. And you see the
Freddy.
the brown robe figure, his eyes shoot open, and now we're back into combat technically. So
Oh my god.
that would have been Freddy's turn technically. Lyra already went. Brown Roads would have been waking up for him. So that would leave us over to Alden.
Are they standing up?
The one is still laying down. They're both laying down, so you would have advantage on melee strikes.
Did he get the other one tied up?
You're unsure if the bounds are good enough.
So they're both on the ground.
Prone.
Prone. So
Are they facing up?
Are they like? Is their back facing to me or is their stomach facing to me?
there's the one that's closest to you, stomach's facing to you. The other one's stomach's away.
Okay, the one that's closest to me, I want to drop down and punch him in the balls.
That is not very nice. So go ahead and roll your punch.
Yikes.
Yikes. Okay. So as he begins to get up, we'll say it's easier for you to kick him in the balls and punch him in the balls.
I'll stomp on his balls.
So as he is, beginning to get up and his legs are spread, you just take that moment and full-on field goal kick. What? Oh, as he kind of bends over. I'm gonna go ahead and make a
So there's a Constitution savings throw on that deal.
Constitution saving.
Yikes!
Throw as he begins to vomit.
Yikes.
So that was your.
Back up.
So technically, because that was an unarmored attack, you get your bonus action attack if you want to take it.
Yeah.
Knock him out.
He's throwing up.
Yeah, he's hunched over, grabbing his testicles, puking.
Knock his ass
He's
out.
sore.
I want to punch the balls again.
again.
In the balls again. In the
Why,
balls again.
Well, he's grabbed all of his balls and he's leaking over. You're not going to be able to hit him.
Go ahead and just roll your punt, or roll your attack again.
My God.
He's
I will say you're not going to be able to kick him in the nuts, but I'll say square in the face, no problem. You just kind of
Okay.
you spin around and bring your heel to his temple, dunk, and quickly kick him.
dead or unconscious?
He is not unconscious or dead, but he is very, very dazed. very, very dazed. And he is bleeding, his eyes beginning to swell up and blacken. He's still got vomit running off his chin. But
Oh, that's nasty.
purple robes are gone, technically, so dusk.
So we're just dealing with this guy right now, right?
Yes.
The other guy's still tied up.
He's asleep.
Yeah, he's technically still asleep. And yeah.
Somebody's standing there to tie him up.
Yeah, Alden was doing that. He kind of turned around and kicked the other guy in the nuts.
Can I decide to attack to knock him out instead of killing him, or is that not?
So you're gonna call for non-lethal damage. I will allow that. So go ahead and roll your attack with your staff.
Cool.
Don't aim for the balls.
Unfortunately, as you were bringing, huh? Oh, he technically he's prone, so you get advantage. So roll it again.
Damn it. He rolls out of the way.
As you were coming in, that was when Alden's foot hit his head, and it moved his head just out of the way as your staff splashes into the water.
Clyber gets splashed with more shit.
Fuck, guys.
Now.
I will fuck you up.
I'm sorry, Demon.
I just move back and use my bonus action to inspire Zaroth. Just tell him.
So you still maintain your guidance. Got it. All right, Zara.
Alright, well, yeah, non-lethal damage. Knock him out with mine.
The hilt of your blade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, this dude's not gonna be alive even if we don't kill him. He's not gonna alive.
He is not gonna be.
Yikes!
Not only so, as he begins to snap his head back into position, you like you're a showman. You toss your Kopesh into the air. You slide over behind him, catch your Kopesh as he flips around, and you just whack, and he splashes in front of you across the water. You look over, you're like, oh shit! You see his chest begin to rise. He's unconscious.
Is he dead?
Not dead, he's unconscious. You knocked him out. You called non-lethal damage even with a critical, but you showed off while doing it.
Yeah.
Guys, really, I mean, we only need one of them to...
No, we need both. Better.
Why do we need both?
Because one of them has more information.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
Alright. I just
You
feel
can
bad
fuck
for
one
the
of them if
guy.
you want.
No, I don't want to. I just feel bad for him because he's...
At this point, just like he wishes he was dead.
well, the other one that's asleep is a female, too, so...
I'll
We
fuck
should just
her.
knock the other one out. Even though, should just knock him out, knock them both out, and then
I'll
get rid
cave
of
the
them
bow.
back.
Can
Just
we
knock them all
hog
out.
tie them?
We might as well just kind of skip it all and just knock them
So,
out.
Alden, I'll allow you to one more dexterity roll to tighten your knots.
My turn. I got guidance.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's good enough. So
Damn it, I had
as you
guidance.
rush over, you notice that the ropes were a little bit loose, and you pull them tight and quickly gag them real quick, and
With a shitty cloth.
with a shitty cloth. And I
He
think,
jumps in the sewer.
ladies and gentlemen, first off, amazing job. Second off, everybody can go to level 2.
So that's gonna take the next 20 minutes. I told you I smelled a level up. That's why you felt the power surge.
And so we'll pick up from this position next week. We'll stay on the stream for another like 20 minutes or so to answer any questions about leveling up, and so you know how to do that. So first off, Alex, what you or everybody would like to do for your hit dice, to add your hit points, go ahead and roll what your hit dice were. For rogues, it's 1d8, Alex. So go ahead and roll 1d8, and then you add your Constitution modifier. So if you have any pluses to Constitution, you add that to your health as well. So you're going to add an additional 8 plus whatever your Constitution modifier is.
8 plus 2.
You get 10 more hit points. That's a shit ton of hit points you just added, dude.
Damn.
So you can't roll it. I will give you 4 plus 2, so you'll have 6, Zareth.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. So what am I? What?
You're going to be rolling a 1d6 for sorcerers? I believe it's 1d6 for sorcerers. Pops has got
In the
book.
middle of your
Yeah.
screen, there's a box that says hit dice. Right above that is a number, 1d. Simply click that number, it'll go 1d8 hit dice. I rolled a 2. What's the minimum?
For 1d8, the minimum is 5.
What's the input value HD?
Hit 1.
Wait, so did
It's
I
intimate
roll
and roll it.
I rolled a or should I dice?
Because if you rest, like the people that have, big hit points and stuff, when you rest, you can roll like 5 of those.
Lyra, you gain 9 additional hit points.
Jesus.
Alden,
Jesus.
Alden, you get your 5 plus your constitution. Get 5 or 6.
So does that where it says HP? Where it says HP, it said 9 before. So do I up it to 18?
Yeah, you up that number, and then there's a number right below that. You up that number as well. So that way you can have you know what your maximum is.
You would
Which is
add your
14.
5 plus your constitution modifier count. Sorry.
5 plus contribution modifier?
Yes.
Okay.
So I add 6 plus Constitution modifier.
Yes.
Do I need to add any?
Sorcerer has more health than I do.
Well, there's certain classes. Actually, your druids.
We got a major pick.
The druid. I
have it in front of me.
I need the player's handbook out first. Just a moment.
Fine. I told you I had it in front of me.
So, I just need to look at the classes here, because certain classes get certain things. So on the top of your guys' character sheet, there's a level thing. Make sure that goes to level 2.
I
So,
can't change that.
you have to click the pencil.
Yeah.
So
Pencil?
make sure you do your jack of all trades trait thing for yourself there. For the bard.
How do I do that?
So basically, just keep this in mind. So basically, anything that you're not proficient in, you automatically get a +2 to it, on top of what that's on the number. So, I'll go in your character sheet and edit it and see if I can fix it. But you get your Song of Rest.
Oh, whoopsie, sorry.
No worries.
So,
Nope.
how do I change that one at the top?
So click the pencil. There's a little pencil on the top left-hand side. It's like right underneath where your name is.
Oh yeah.
And then you can
And
go
then,
in.
okay, yeah.
So you make sure you guys know, because some of you get an additional first level spell with your bard.
Well, druids, we have to. I think
Druids get a
select
shit ton of
We
stuff.
have to select our domain level 2.
Yeah,
It's not like level 3.
I'm gonna go to the druids here in a second, because druids take a lot of work. So monks, monks, you get your unarmored movement, which means you can increase your base movement speed by 10. You go to 45
Holy shit.
base movement speed.
Quick fuck.
You also get your key points at 2nd level. Your training allows you to harness the mystic of your key. You gain access to your energy to represent your key points. Your monk level determines the number of key points you have, as shown in the key points column. You spend points to value your key points to do a certain attack. So, like if you want to do flurries of blows, which means that because you also now get your 2nd unarmored attack. So if you do a punch on your action, you can go punch, punch, and then bonus action punch. Or you could do punch, punch, spend a key point, and go punch, punch again, and do 4 attacks.
Jesus. Level 2?
Or you can spend your key point as your bonus action and go into a defensive position, and you get the dodge bonus. Or you can spend a key point to disengage or dash as a bonus action.
You don't need to fucking type this out, Jesus Christ.
It should all be on the character sheet as you hit level 2. Should have automatically added that.
I don't get 2nd levels now, do
No,
I?
I'm rushing over Sorcerer right now to kind of...
Yeah, you're right, I did add it. Okay.
So as a 2nd level things, you get your Font of Magic. It's 2nd level, deep welling magic within yourself. The welling spring represents your sorcery points. Right now you have 2 sorcery points, or 3 sorcery points, I'm sorry. Or, no, 2, you have 2. So you can expel your sorcerer points to give yourself more spell slots as a bonus action to give yourself more spells. So you're not spending that. And then there's also later on you'll get your font magics, but you get to choose an additional first level spell that you'll just know.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to cast 3 spells instead of 2, and then you'll actually get to pick another spell. And remember, choose wisely because you can never change that spell until you level up again.
Yeah.
So sorcerers get a lot more spells, but they get limited access to spells they can have.
Yeah.
What about do we exit spells? Or
Yeah, you.
is that like-
Yeah, you get more. You get because you have access to all your bards get access to all their spells, right? That's how it works. You choose them. So you get to choose an additional spell pretty much to level up. I'm flipping back over.
Is it a cantrip or a level 1?
I'm looking. Hold on. Flipping the pages here. Flipping the pages. So you get. You're still 2 cantrips, but you get to know an additional spell. So when you go to prepare, you get to prepare 5 spells instead of 4, and then you get to be able to cast 3 first level spells now. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay.
And then also,
So I'm clean.
I just want you to make sure you remember this. There, Fatal. When we go to rest, you can do your spin an inspiration dice to do a song of rest, which will give everybody more hit points. So that's a really good thing. Plus, Jack of all trades is amazing.
Yep.
So
Rogues again.
I'm working on it. I'm flipping.
Flip faster.
Sorry.
They get extra sneak attack damage. Yeah.
So at 2nd level, you get your cunning action. So starting at 2nd level, your quick thinking and agility allows you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action to dash, which means you can, as a bonus action, you can move double your movement. So you go from as normal 30 feet movement. As a bonus action, you can now move another 30 feet. Or if you're in combat with somebody, you can use your bonus action to take yourself out of combat with that person. So disengage. Or you could take your hide action. That's where you go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and hide.
So with disengage, how that works is what you'll do is you'll sneak up behind somebody. You pick targets that are flanked if possible, so you get an advantage. So you sneak up behind them, they're flanked, you get advantage, you strike. So you take your strike, your sneak attack damage and everything, and then you disengage and disappear in the shadows, and they can't attack you back. Bye-bye.
Guerrilla tactics.
That's exactly how rogues are supposed to be played. Your guerrilla tactics, hit and run. Because you're squishy.
Yeah, you can be squishy.
But
Hey, I got 17
all right, so for the, do you guys have any? Because druids are gonna take me a little bit of time. So anybody have any other questions for me on that? Their character. Going once?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh wait, what's the cooldown on Dragon's Breath?
You have to take a long rest.
Okay.
You'll get more of them later on, but right now you only have 1. But all right, so here, let's level the druid. So, do you know what circle you're choosing, demon?
Well, the first thing, demons, you get wild shape.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. I already read it.
Yeah.
So, wait, what was the circle we had talked about? Was it land?
Druid circle. Well, now, see, keep in mind there are druid circles that are not in this book. Matter of fact, I believe I'm not taking the one that's in this book.
Oh, you're taking the one of the Xanathar's Guide.
Yeah, I'm taking the one out of the Xanathar's Guide.
I believe you were taking one of the Xanathar's Guide as well. Hold on, let me pull up Xanathar's Guide real quick.
Do we know when the next session is going to be, Friday or Saturday?
Oh yeah, it's up. Andy.
It can be Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So, my Saturday, not your Saturday, right? My Saturday or your Saturday?
Today's Friday.
Mine. Yeah.
Okay, so next Saturday then, ladies and gentlemen, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. So the day we're supposed to do it.
Well, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Make me feel bad.
No, don't feel bad.
Yeah, no.
Oh, shoot.
Well, at least you got a natural 20 for this go around.
That's true, but I also got to.
No, it could be there.
Again. Every time.
Scroll down. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so
I am Circle of Land.
no, you're Circle the Shepherd.
Can I dip out of here?
Yeah, you can dip out of here.
Okay. See y'all.
Can you link that in
y'all
chat, Pops, so
Saturday.
I can see
Alright,
Bye.
so
Lincoln.
Discord or not Discord, but in chat. It's fine. So, Demon, are you still on Twitch?
yeah, I'm watching.
Okay, Pops is gonna put in a link because I understand those guys taking fucking forever to load. So, I believe you decided to take your Druid Circle.
See you guys.
All right,
Later.
Kung.
Alright,
Bye.
You did Circle the Land, and then you're choosing Forest, right?
So we in the
yeah,
video.
I think that's what I.
Okay.
So on that note,
So we're just ending the YouTube video, guys. So for that note, guys, we're gonna go ahead and pick it up next week. I thank you all for watching. I will try to get these uploaded as fast as I can. I'm been slacking, but thank you again. So check us out on twitch.tv/FamilyBanter. We play 3 games a week. One on Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then our weekend game, which fluctuates between Friday and Saturday, we'll have it posted on what day it's going to be playing on for there. So come check us out and follow us there. But on that note, it's been fun.
it's been real.
And it's been real fun.
Peace.